Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you all are having a blessed Friday. This is Keith for Keith's Hot Takes, episode 4. And on today's show, we're going to preview the conference finals in the East and the West in the NBA. We're going to talk about the Yankees and anything else that comes to mind while we're on there. So first, we'll start out in the East. The Cavs swept the Raptors for the second consecutive year, and they got the Raptors coach Dwayne fired after 7 seasons with the Toronto Raptors. And he, as the head coach of the Toronto Raptors, is responsible for their 3 50-win seasons. I think this all came down to the Raptors doing so well in the regular season, and then when they run into LeBron, they fold their tent up, and they go home. I think it's a mental thing, like some of the former players were saying with the Raptors. I don't honestly think that they think they can beat LeBron, and it's shown the last couple of years. I think the Raptors have lost 10 straight to the Cavs, and 5 of those at home. I knew the series was over when they couldn't win game 1 when they were up big and they let the lead slip away, and then they had so many chances late to win it, and then it went to overtime. They came back and had all those chippies to win it, and they missed them, and I just knew it was over after they lost those first 2. And they came back in game 3 and almost won, and then LeBron just ripped their hearts out of their chest and ended all hope for them. And then they got the doors blown off them in game 4. And they got swept for the second consecutive season. And like I said, Dwayne Casey was relieved of his coaching duties because of that. It'd be interesting to see who they hire, and see if they can get over the LeBron hump in the East. And in the other East matchup, the Celtics beat the Sixers in 5 games. I honestly think that series came down to coaching. Brad Stevens, he is the best coach besides Popovich in the NBA, and he outcoached Brett Brown in those 5 games. And the Sixers, they should have won game 3, but it came down to coaching, and the Sixers coach, Brett Brown, he got outcoached, and that's why they're at home right now. They didn't get swept, so I guess that's a moral victory, but that team, they're young, they'll grow from that, and in a couple of years that I think that they'll win a championship, because Embiid and the Simmons, they're going to use this as motivation this offseason to grind, to work. And I think that this will help them in the long run. I think this will make them work harder. I think Simmons needs to work on his shot and not just be a Rondo, but he was doing good in game 5, making a bunch of ridiculous shots. I didn't know how some of those were going in, but yeah, I think he had I think 16 or 18 points, and they had that game in their grasp, and that would have made that really interesting if they could have won game 5. And then the Celtics, they just came storming back at home, and so yeah, I hope the Celtics can beat LeBron, but I just can't see it. I don't know who's going to guard LeBron, because they got Jaylen Brown, Tatum. I'm trying to think of who else could really. Maybe they put Smart on, but he's really small compared to LeBron. So if they can find a way to defend LeBron, they can make that series interesting. But I see Cleveland winning in 6. So let's switch to the West now. The Rockets, they beat the Jazz in 5, and I just think that they were too powerful and too good for that good young Jazz team who I think will also use this as motivation, getting beat 4-1, in the semifinals. And Donovan Mitchell, he's going to be a phenomenal player. I think if he hadn't got hurt, I think they could have made game 5 a little more interesting, but Chris Paul, he was just unconscious, and he really wanted to get that monkey off his back for not playing in the finals. And in the other series, we had the Pelicans and the Warriors. The Warriors won in 5, and honestly think if the Pelicans had Boogie Cousins, I really think they could have shocked the world, and I think they could have beat the Warriors. I honestly believe that. I hope they keep Rondo. He better not spend more than 3 minutes in free agency. They better bring him back, and it'd be interesting to see how they work Mirotic in to that equation when Boogie comes back from that Achilles injury, and so now I'm gonna make my predictions for the both conference finals. I have the Cavs in 6, and then I think the Warriors they're gonna send the matches, and I think they'll win in 6 as well. I hear a lot of people saying that it won't be close, and some are saying the Warriors in 5, the Warriors in 4. But I think Houston, I think they'll win one of the 2 at home, and I think they may get one in Golden State, but I just think Golden State's on a mission to get another ring, and I just see them winning in 6, and then I have the Warriors and the Cavs in the finals, and I got the Warriors in 5. I just think that'll be too much for LeBron, but LeBron's gonna put up. He's probably gonna average a triple double in the Eastern Conference Finals and then in the finals, and get beat. But LeBron is just playing out of his mind right now, and I hope he can make the finals more interesting than just 5 games. But I just don't see it. That Warriors team is too powerful, and yeah, I had them winning it all this year. As long as they keep that core together, they might be winning for the next couple of years. And finally, my Yankees, they have won 17 out of their last 19 games. We're peaking early, which I don't know if that's good or bad, because you don't want to be peaking too early, but we had a stretch where we faced a bunch of teams that probably are going to be in the playoffs, and we handled ourselves well. We swept the Indians. We took 3 out of 4 of the Astros. Took 2 out of 3 of the Red Sox. I was really hoping we could sweep them, but bullpen kind of let us down in the 8th last night. But we're playing really well right now, and this looks like a well-oiled machine, and I hope we can keep this going for a very long time, and I hope we can get that 28th championship. All right, well, that does it for today's show. I hope y'all enjoy it. Keep subscribing, keep getting the views up. We'll be back next Friday. We'll break down how the conference finals are going in both conferences, and see if my picks change depending on how the first game or 2 go. And just like, comment, keep telling me what I can do better, and anything you want me to talk about. All right, y'all have a blessed weekend.